So it will be the Sans Me Gunner coming in. Both players right now starting on Pokemon Stadium 2. And so far it's going to be Kiryienka taking the most space off the start.
Yeah, Kiryienka already like dominating with Phantom, right? Just able to essentially invalidate anything that Nameless was trying to get going from the opposite side of the stage. Tempo is going to be super important here. Whoever is just slightly up in tempo and positioning is going to be the one to first initiate the projectile onslaught. And right now, Kiryienka almost finding that juggle with the up tilt, not able to find it. Nameless trying to pop out a couple of grenades. But I love that Kiryienka was using the most out of his loadiness, waiting until everything detonated, and then it reflected on who they had.
Yeah, so it looks like we've actually seen the down Bs get switched up for this match. No Reflector on deck. Instead, it's going to be those little landmines that Nameless is going to be pumping out here. So, no Reflector. That's going to make Phantom a little bit more difficult for them to deal with in this set.
Oh yeah, but quick little down smash as a bit of a get after me option. Nameless able to punish that up B with an up smash, looking for that up B, which would have been able to close out that stock. Doesn't actually find it. And this is really important about this matchup, and it's going to be distance gauging. If you are me gunner, you have to know how far away you can get away with missiling, that you can maybe react and even bait and punish a reflect. When you're too close and you're stuck in that end lag, sometimes there's nothing you can do besides just eat that reflected missile, which that does 22 damage. That is a significant amount of damage for what is normally a neutral 2.
And on top of everything, Dara, those missiles, they kill off the side ridiculously early. I believe I've seen some kill at like sub 100%. A reflected one, forget about it.
Yeah. So you gotta be really cognizant of that. You have to be a little bit more careful of that. But right now, Kiryienka just trying to set up a lot of juggles here. Nameless looking through that dash attack tech chase unsuccessfully. Dashing in, dashing out. Phantom coming in. Nameless not getting hit by anything quite yet. But I gotta say, I feel like both of them are still trying to get a feel of how do they want to play this matchup? How do they want to go about this? Because this is a funny one.
Yeah, however, a double jump read with the up air comes in. Kiryienka is going to take that stock lead yet again. And I feel like the get off me options that Zelda has on the table with that Neighbors Love and a couple of their other crazier options makes this a little bit easier to swat away the Gunner whenever they do want to approach. And again, the Phantom's just such a good sponge to take all those damages. However, it seems like those super missiles are doing a really good job of eliminating the Phantom from getting any mileage on stage.
Yeah, absolutely. It is just dominating, controlling, and taking away space from Nameless, who is just not really being allowed to set up here. And this is the challenge now. Now that you are not allowed to play that slow game when Zelda's the one that's doing it, you're going to have to be the one that's a little bit more aggressive. You're going to have to be the one to try and find that opening in. And that up B just barely missing on Nameless. Kiryienka's just going to keep on doing it over and over. And Nameless said, "Okay, buddy, cut it out. Stop it." Up smash is able to take that stock. Hopefully, Kiryienka is slightly discouraged from those uppies.
Yeah, speaking of those uppies, I mean, they were working pretty well earlier in the match. I mean, a couple, they were able to be good burst options for a number of pivotal interactions early on. However, Nameless, like you said, has adapted to them and is using some really good out-of-shield options. However, the missile is going to be taken out by that Phantom shield, and the up thrust of that sword will be sending Nameless home. Game 1 goes to Kiryienka, and she's going to be awaiting Nameless's counterpick here.
So this is a little bit of a predicament, right? Because typically speaking, you fighting against Zelda, a lot of the game plan is, okay, I have to worry about Phantom. How do I jump over it? How do I get away from it? How do I use my options against them to get up in their face to stop them from setting up Phantom? Reflecting Phantom can be a little bit funny, because if you get like that double reflection stuff, all sorts of chaos can ensue. But the issue is, fundamentally, Me Gunner isn't necessarily a fast character. For Me Gunner to be able to get in, you need to toss out that grenade to create that kind of an opening, and then you have to like slowly approach. Zelda is really good at dealing with that. Me Gunner does not necessarily have a lot of the approach tools, so I feel like Nameless is going to have to be a little bit creative in trying to figure out what those solutions are. Fighting Zelda can feel oppressive sometimes, and that's what that game felt like.
Yeah, especially as a zoner too, because zoners, they like to use their projectiles to take space, but you really got to think twice about doing it against a character like Zelda. Again, that Phantom covers a lot of space, and full charge Phantom can just go right through projectiles. On top of everything, without a reflector, you really just got to be at the mercy of that.
Phantom just eats it up. The reflector just knocks it back. Zelda has multiple ways to deal with your initiating options, and then you're not really left with a whole lot after that, so it's a bit of a challenge.